Welcome to Opinion Havers, a movie podcast for people who know the mystery flavor Pop-Tart. I'm Cody.
I'm Tyler. You said you had a thing. Did you have a thing before?
No, that was the one and only thing. And I'm going to be honest with you. I came up with that before I tasted it. And now I regret that being the thing, but I don't have another one. That's all I've got today. I thought of a good one. I just didn't write it down anywhere. So that's
classic.
it. I hated that. Look, I know we've done some Pop-Tart talk here and there, a few episodes here and there. This was the worst experience I've ever had with Pop-Tart. I smelled chicken flavored ramen and I was like, that's a fluke. And then I tasted it and I hated every second of it. It just got grosser. It stayed in my mouth. It got in, things get into your molars, or like that, or like it cakes in there. And you know what? If it's a Pop-Tart, normally I don't mind. I'm like, you know what? A little sweet treat for my mouth to enjoy over time. This is not it was bad. It ruined my drink. It ruined my night. This is going to be a bad episode.
Do you need a Wildberry Pop-Tart to wash it down?
Do you have it?
I have. I'll pause the episode right now. You can go get yourself. They're right there.
No.
They're waiting for you. No one else likes them but you.
I can't do it. I'm here. We started the episode. And I'm here to give the good people what they need. Tyler, what did we watch?
We watched Black Widow.
Are you going to tell me that your experience with the Pop-Tart was better than that?
Better than
the mystery flavor Pop-Tart, Tyler. What else would we be talking about on our movie podcast?
Look, anything I say, I feel like is going to spoil the experience of the Pop-Tart. We don't spoil things.
If we do anything to make more people try this Pop-Tart, I'm going to feel guilty about it.
Nobody should try it.
No one should try it.
I just don't want to spoil it for those who
Here's what you should do. Look, if you want to know if you want to experience the mystery flavor, here's what I recommend you do. This is your first guess was chicken and a biscuit cracker, right?
Right.
I think we've settled that's not it. But I think it's very close to what it is.
Yeah.
If you want to know what that tastes like, I would recommend taking several chicken and a biscuit crackers, taking some marshmallow fluff, putting those into a food processor, blend them together into a marshmallowy chicken paste, and taste that.
You got to use like meringue or something though, because you can't.
All right. You take 2 egg whites and a pinch of cream of tartar.
Yeah.
You pulse it together until it forms soft peaks. And then you want to add in the dust of some chicken and biscuit crackers.
I would say, so what I'm picturing is you then make a sandwich, like an Oreo sandwich with the meringue in the middle of the chicken and a biscuit crackers. But you got to soak the chicken and biscuit crackers in water so they're real soft.
What you're describing is the worst episode of like a cooking show that could ever happen.
So you soak it in water until they swell up. Then you let them dry out. Then you do it several times.
I've watched enough of Binging with Babish that I understand that you could recreate this and like that it's possible. What I don't understand is why someone would do it and why they would do it to me. We've been here like fools standing Pop-Tart. No, put your tongue away. No, don't take another bite. Oh,
I did it.
Yeah, you did. And how do you feel about it?
I regret my decision.
Yeah, I knew you would.
Why is...
Take a moment. Really think about it. Think about what you're experiencing. You just took the crust? Is that...
No, I took a bite of the fluff.
You got the fluff.
Here's what I'll say.
Yeah.
They really did a good job. They printed fun pictures on them.
I was so upset because you held up the thing. You just had a mustache on it. You held up your Pop-Tart. It looked like you had a mustache. I was like, this is fun. I love when Pop-Tart does this. I love when they make things fun. Mine had a little hat on it. Mine had a little monocle. Yeah, no, the taste doesn't. It keeps its waves. What? Are you getting something else?
The icing, I have just realized, is just the normal sugar glaze icing.
The problem is that it's soft. It's supposed to be sweet and it's savory. But you're saying it just has normal Pop-Tart icing on it, which is another problem. Because it gives it to you savory, but it's sweet and fluffy at the same time, and it's awful.
I'm going to try to separate some of the glaze here from the Pop-Tart itself. Ugh.
No, don't. This is not an experiment worth having.
It might just be marshmallow fluff.
It looks like marshmallow fluff. So what, is it the pastry part that's the problem? Is the pastry part the chickeny weird part? And it just has fluff and...
I think so. I think the fluff is just marshmallow fluff.
1 out of 5 stars on their website. They really burned us on this one.
Yeah, it's a sweet icing. The fluff might be sweet.
I'm going to be honest, I can't sit here and watch you take like Squidward Krabby Patty bites out of this.
The fluff is marshmallow fluff. It is just...
So if you put marshmallow fluff on a chicken and biscuit, would that recreate this experience?
Mm-hmm.
Stop. I'm going to have to confiscate those from you. Is it worth it?
Yeah. Yes.
Tyler,
absolutely.
It's been so long since we've got to do a Marvel movie. They've all been put on hold. The last one we did, Endgame? Was this the first one that came out since Endgame?
I think so. No. There's a Spider-Man.
Yeah. There were. So, would you like to give us a synopsis of the movie?
Is Black Widow doing stuff in Black Widow stuff? It's between Civil War and the next one.
Uh-huh.
Is Black Widow and her adventures.
Yeah. We get a little bit more of her backstory and what she's all about.
And the return of what's-her-face. You know her name. I don't. She's in Midsummer.
Florence Pugh.
Mm.
Or as we know her, Zach Braff's girlfriend. How weird is that? Zach Braff is the man from Scrubs.
Yeah.
And he's got to be like 45 years old right now, right? And she's like 22. It's too much.
Is it?
It's too much.
Is it, though?
He needs to be dating age-appropriate people for him.
Yeah.
For example, Donald Faison. Boom. I'm naming him right off the top of my head.
Donald Faison?
Yeah.
Who?
His co-star from Scrubs.
Oh.
He can date him. They have a podcast together.
Yeah.
So why don't they date?
I don't know what to tell you.
Ooh.
It's unknowable.
How'd you feel about this one? Give me your first impression. Black Widow.
I enjoyed it. I liked it. That was all right. Thought Florence Pugh was fun. You know, I like a good Pugh.
Pew. Yeah.
She is 25, thank you.
Pretty close.
And he is 46, thank you.
Hey, that was pretty close. I'm pretty good at this game.
Yeah.
Name someone else. Name another famous person.
Kevin Bacon.
Oh, he's dead.
All right. Donald Faison.
46.
He's 47, you fool.
All right. I enjoyed this one. I'm curious about like the Rotten Tomato score and stuff because I accidentally got a peek at the IMDb score and I thought it would have been a little higher. I thought it was very good. Bailey really liked it. And normally I think she she enjoys the Marvel movies enough that she doesn't mind seeing them with me, but I don't think she like loves them. I feel like this is the first one I've seen with her where she was like, I really liked it. So I don't know. I'm curious to see what the reaction is. I haven't read much. We can dive in a little bit, I suppose. Is there anything you want to say about it before we dive right in?
I think it's good. I think it, it's another Marvel movie. I think it lives up to being part of the MCU. You may not like it, Cody, because it's about women. But I thought it was good. If I'm sitting here, I'm comparing this to like Wonder Woman and Captain Marvel. This is better.
You like this better than those two?
Yeah.
I might like Captain Marvel a little more, but I like them both a lot. We all know how I feel about Wonder Woman. Why'd you bring it up? You know? Why you got to ruin my night even more? I was having a good night. And then my night was going horribly for a short period of time while I was eating a Pop-Tart. It's recovered a little bit, and now I'm right back in the dumps again.
I still haven't watched Wonder Woman 1984.
You know, I'm probably the only person on Earth who likes that movie better than Wonder Woman 1. I need you to see it. I need you to see it, and I need you to tell me how it goes. I would like a 3-page essay in APA format. Do 2 weeks from today, your thoughts on Wonder Woman 1984. Shall we dive in? Should we go on ahead? Shall we get down? Shall we get jiggy with it?
Yeah. Hold on, let me get another bite of this Pop-Tart.
I will take it from you.
I thought about I really thought about it, and then I thought I can't do it. I'm starting to get a headache. I feel like it's from the Pop-Tart. Oh gosh, I got washed out of my mouth. Hey, let's hop in. Helicopter.
Okay.
Let's hop. Wait, no, I have a better one. Let's hop on David Harbour's shoulders.
Yes.
And have him carry us.
David Harbour. All right. Take 3 for him.
Excuse me. To Spoiler Town, USA.
David Harbour.
Yeah.
Take 3. I think this is like his 3rd superhero movie he's been in. I think he was in Suicide Squad. He was in the Hellboy reboot that nobody saw or liked. And now he's in this. I'm glad. Look, I like David Harbour. Little DH. I'm into it. And I thought they really used him well in this one, and I'm glad.
Are you though?
Yeah, I like David Harbour. He's in that one. He's in Newsroom. He's in Stranger Things. He's in this. That's about it.
Yeah. But which one is your favorite?
Newsroom, always and forever.
Here's what I know about Newsroom. There's that one, like, speech the guy gives about America being great or not great or whatever, and everybody posts it like it's actual politician, like the president of the United States saying it or something. I'm like, this is from a show.
It's just Aaron Sorkin writing a script for a TV show.
Like, that's an actor.
Furthermore, it's from the pilot. Yeah, no.
And I'm like, this isn't. You guys are posting it like this is something that like somebody said on a real news broadcast when it's not.
Nope.
It's a
yeah, no. I love that. That's my favorite thing.
Yeah. Or here's my favorite thing. I've started noticing this every so often when people post quotes. They're like, president said this thing and that thing, and then you look into it and you realize that's a quote from the West Wing.
Yeah.
It's like, you understand this is a TV show.
As America's understanding of politics, I feel like, is heavily based on Aaron Sorkin TV shows and movies. And I'm okay with it. I really like Aaron Sorkin.
Yeah. Isn't it also who's the actor that gives the
Jeff Daniels?
Jeff Daniels. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's like that. It's also Jeff Daniels. Well, remind everybody, was in Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah. Jeff Daniels is an interesting man because I think he was just in like he's doing a run as Atticus Finch, To Kill a Mockingbird. Aaron Sorkin's doing like a play version of it. And I think they might be televising it or broadcasting the movie. Anyway, Jeff Daniels, great dramatic actor. He's been in some great movies. Very early in his career, though, he was in Dumb and Dumber with Jim Carrey.
Well, Jim Carrey's also a great actor with a huge range.
Right.
But he mostly does comedy.
Yeah, but Jim Carrey's mostly a comedian. Jeff Daniels is all serious actor. Yeah. With one comedy in it.
But he is very funny.
Oh, no. Well, that's the thing.
Have you seen The Martian?
I think a really good actor can act funny.
Or is he a funny person that can be dramatic?
No. It's not how it works.
It is.
What'd you ask if I saw?
The Martian.
The Martian. Yeah.
He's in that movie.
That's a good movie.
I don't know if you know that.
That's a good one.
He's in it.
Donald Glover's in it.
Yeah.
Matt Damon in it.
He makes a reference to Glorfindel, which you don't even know what that is.
Probably from Dune.
It's not from Dune.
Yeah.
It's not from Dune.
What's it from?
It's from Lord of the Rings.
Oh, yeah. Probably from Silmarillion, though.
Nah.
All right. What about this? I want to talk about Black Widow.
Okay.
I liked the movie. It starts and it's her as a kid. She's got a sister, like 10 or 12 or something.
Mm-hmm.
And they're in Ohio, probably.
That is what it says on the screen in giant text.
Ohio. And then dad comes home from work. Dad's David Harbour. Mom is Rachel Weisz. And he's like, hey, we're going on that trip. Fun adventure. And then they're on a plane and they're running away from people. They escaped to Cuba. They were communists the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And fast forward to later on today. I don't know. They get separated. I don't know. I couldn't tell if I wanted more origin story or if it was the right amount. Because I know we already kind of knew a little bit about her origin story where they're like, oh, they did surgery so you can have kids and they indoctrinate us and, you know, to be an assassin and you have to kill some, you know, whatever. And she decides not to do it. And this one kind of just makes references at it. I don't know. I couldn't tell if I needed more. What did you think? Was it missing?
No, I thought it was fine. Because, I mean, if you show any of it, it's just going to be her being a Soviet spy and assassin like that. It's not like she's like a double agent until she's like, I'm defecting, you know?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I hear you. Scarlett Johansson is Black Widow. So she's going off the grid. Post-Civil War, everyone's broken up. She's off the grid. She's got a dude who gets her off the grid.
Yeah. He's a guy. He's a guy that gets things for people.
Yeah.
They come to get her. They're like, we're coming for you. Don't move. And then she's like, and then they have some witty banter and you're like, oh, that's funny. And then she's not at home, which I thought, okay, here's my thing. First off, the Pop-Tart is everything bagel flavored.
Now that we're in Spoiler Town, you can... Yeah.
That is flavored like an everything bagel.
But don't worry, it's still a little bit sweet.
Which, unless you're from New York, I will fight you on this. Is the worst bagel. I understand people from New York love it. That's why I won't fight them, because they're allowed to think it's the best one because they're wrong, but it's okay.
Yeah.
It's the worst of the bagel family.
Yeah.
What's your favorite bagel, Cody?
My favorite, rosemary.
That's acceptable. I like the plain bagel. I like other bagels better, but the plain bagel's good. I like a good sesame bagel sometimes.
Sesame's great.
But the sesame seeds go everywhere. Anyway, that's not the point. General Strucker or whatever, he's the bad guy that's not gone bad guy yet, right? Like, that's what he is. Really, when it gets down to it, he's the guy he's the worst character from the Hulk movies.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, you know what? This is the guy we're hitching our horse to. He's the only one that's going to survive into the MCU. What's his name? He's the guy. Anyway, he's bad at his job. Okay?
Are we talking about events that happen in this movie?
Yes. When he goes to arrest Black Widow. Right?
Uh-huh.
They go to her apartment and surround the building to take her out.
And she slips out a side door. She's never seen again.
She's been gone for months at this point. And it's like, this dude has never caught anybody. Okay? He never caught the Hulk. He never succeeded at he has never succeeded at any assignment that he has been given in any movie. All he has done is serve to stand in a room with a bunch of Avengers and threaten them like he could do anything. And then by the end of the movie, it is proven that he can do nothing.
It's a perfect example of the Peter principle. You know, you promote it to your level of incompetence, and that's where you stay. You don't get promoted up, you don't get fired or demoted, and that's where he's at. It's poor leadership, all right? They picked a bad manager, but they're stuck with their decision. All right? He's been a good dude at other jobs. He's just bad at this job.
Yeah. But he was bad at the super soldier thing too.
Is it Tim Roth?
Yeah.
That guy?
Yes.
No. I'm getting mixed up with a different movie I saw.
No.
Wait, Tim Roth because Tim Roth becomes Abominable Dude, right? Abomination.
Yeah, not that guy. Not
Okay.
him.
But his boss, dude.
His boss. That's the thing. This dude is responsible for Abomination.
And he's still
which
working.
is the Hulk.
Yeah.
But evil.
But Tim Roth.
He's not even on the credits here.
I know. That's what I've been struggling to find. So.
Because he's such a bad character and we all hate him. Anyway, I had to get that off my chest, Cody, because it weighs on me. It weighs on me that, like, you know, there were a lot of there was 4 whole characters in the Hulk movie. Everybody liked the Hulk. Probably. I don't know.
At the time, everyone really liked it. And now everyone looks back and like, it was the worst movie they ever made.
And then they see the Hulk before that. And they're like, that's worse.
Yeah.
Point is, Edward Norton, everybody thought he makes a pretty good
Bruce Banner.
And they're like, should we keep him? No. That general everybody hated. Yeah. Let's keep him. Anyway, so then she's in Norway and the rest of the movie unfolds. The other, 99% of the movie.
Oh, yeah.
You got notes?
Nah.
Oh.
I'm raw dogging it.
Oh, no. All right. I need to actually start trying. I was really counting on your notes to give us direction. Is William Hurt. Secretary Ross. That's why when you said Ross, I was like, yes. Because his name is Ross, but that's his character name. Here's the thing. He's the guy from Lost in Space, the movie.
Oh, yeah.
And that's all I see when I see him. Yeah.
I saw that in theaters. I was a wee lad. I did not get it or like it.
We had it on DVD, but it was one of those DVD cases that's like a piece of cardboard with a little plastic clip that holds it shut. You know what I'm talking about. It flips open.
Yeah.
And you never felt like the plastic clip was really secure.
Yeah.
Even though you heard it click into place.
Yeah.
I still got it. Point is, the Netflix show's better. The original show's better.
Yeah.
I never finished the Netflix show.
I mean, how could you?
The pedophile doctor, is he a pedophile in the new show? Answer me this question, Cody. Go.
Yes.
He's a pedophile in the old show.
If there's one thing I've learned about the conspiracy theories about Jeffrey Epstein, it's that everybody is a pedophile in Hollywood. This is the rules. I don't make the rules. I just follow them. So legally, when you ask me, I have to say yes.
Yeah. So anyway, she's in Norway. She's living her life. She's having fun. And then it cuts to the Pew.
Oh, yeah. Florence Pugh's in this movie.
Yes. Yes, she is. How'd you feel about the introduction of her?
Her character or her as an actress?
Well, just like that scene, because that sets up her.
Oh, so that they're on a mission to get someone. And then the person she's trying to get unleashes the agent that unchemically brainwashes you, right?
Yeah.
That's sort of how he gets. Yeah, it was pretty good. One thing I wish they maybe would have showed someone else getting unbrainwashed, because it happens once, and then they explain how it works, and then at the end they unbrainwash a bunch of people at once.
Yeah.
So I guess I wanted to know. I don't know. It seemed like a pretty pivotal part of the movie was that, hey, we can unbrainwash people. But it only happened twice. Does that make sense? Does that make any sense?
Yeah, I thought they were going to encounter more. But here's the thing. This makes me think, because I thought, are they going to do a sequel? Because spoilers for the end, they kind of tease up like she's on a mission to unbrainwash everybody while the other events of the MCU were taking place.
Yeah.
Which I was like, are they going to do another movie? And then I thought, what this tees up perfectly is another Disney Plus show.
Yes. Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen.
The Pew.
I was reading that they liked her performance so much, they were like, dang, we got to throw her into more MCU stuff. They really like the Pew. And which makes sense because the stinger is Julia Louis-Dreyfus comes in, and she's the same person. She's in the Falcon Winter Soldier for a little bit, working with the new Captain America after she's like disgraced. Mm-hmm. And so I thought that was an interesting way to tee that up and tie it together. So I'm very curious to see how that goes, or like where that leads.
Yeah. Which Loki, I haven't watched the final episode yet, but
I haven't seen any of Loki.
I think it just had its final episode.
Okay, yeah.
So they've got, I don't know what their next show is, but I'm sure they've got another show kind of ready. And then they got to start getting ready for the next show.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think originally this was supposed to be the introduction of Julia Louis-Dreyfus' character. But then because it got delayed, the Winter Soldier, Captain America and the Winter Soldier, Falcon and the Winter,
there you go.
Whatever.
Falcon.
Whatever.
Winter
the one
Soldier.
With the guy.
Winter Falcon and Soldier.
Winter Falcon and the Captain Soldier.
Yeah.
Came out first. And she's sketchier in that because she's working with the disgraced Captain America guy. So I feel like if you had flipped those, I would have had a very different perception of her, But now I know like she's sketchy. And she's reaching out to the Pew. So I wonder,
The Pew.
The Pew. I don't know what her character does. I know some of you are out here reading you read all the comics, you know who everyone is, and you know all the possible storylines, but that's not me. Okay?
I mean, I haven't even seen any of the Falcon Winter Soldier show, so.
Sorry.
I don't know anything.
I'm sorry.
And you're telling me that there's a thing and he's Captain America
Julia
or not?
Louis-Dreyfus is in it, and now it's ruined for you.
It's ruined.
I'm sorry.
It's ruined.
Honestly, it was a good show. It wasn't a great show. I feel like WandaVision was better. I think people are saying they like Loki the best out of the shows so far. So I need to... I need to get on. I convinced Bailey to watch it with me, but we haven't started it yet.
I've heard people flip-flop on the WandaVision versus Falcon Winter Soldier.
Really?
Yeah. I really think it depends on whether or not you're into the look and the vibe of WandaVision.
I think WandaVision was fun in that if you followed it as it came out, because everyone was speculating what was going on, what was happening. So it was really fun as a mystery.
Yeah.
Captain America and the Winter Soldier was pretty straightforward. Like, we're doing Lethal Weapon, but it's Marvel and a TV show. So fun. That was pretty much it.
Yeah.
There's a little more bland. WandaVision had all a pepper of like all the references and the sitcoms and stuff.
But did it have Peppa?
Had the paprika. No, Peppa is in
Sharknado.
Sharknado 2.
Yeah.
I watched a couple movies on the plane from my trip, and I'm getting everything we want because Tim Roth is in one of the movies I watched. And so I'm getting, my wires are very crossed, and I don't know who was in what movie anymore.
Look, this Pop-Tart brought us low. It brought us real low. It really sucked the energy out of the room real hard. Like we were way up here, then we ate an everything bagel flavored Pop-Tart, and now we're down here.
And it's not even that we ate an look. If you put that on the box, if that was the label, then that's on me.
Yeah.
Then that's on me for trying it. But you were the one
that called it a mystery.
It's like the mystery flavor Airhead. It's not great, but it's not bad. It's still an Airhead. I'm not going to complain about the mystery flavor. It's not for me, but it wasn't a bad, it wasn't like, oh, well, you didn't give me a savory, oniony Airhead, so we're cool. So we're fine.
Yeah.
The mystery Kool-Aid, fine. I no qualms with that because it still tastes like Kool-Aid.
Yeah, the mystery Kool-Aid, the white Kool-Aid, aka just sugar you dumped into a pitcher.
So good. Love it. What's your favorite Kool-Aid?
Red.
Cherry? Black cherry?
How dare you? Red.
The correct answer is first, raspberry, which is hard to find.
Which is red.
2. No, it's a blue package. Raspberry number 1. 2 is lemon lime. all other flavors are in a different worse tier. All right. I'm here. I'm on this hill. I will die on this hill.
You're the kind of guy that has to budget for
Raspberry,
Topo Chico. You know,
lemon
aren't you?
lime.
You
What's
know,
that?
You got a budget for your Topo Chico or something. That's what
Oh,
you
yeah.
are. With you're out here drinking lemon lime Kool-Aid.
Yes.
A monster.
It's the best, second best Kool-Aid flavor.
What's the best pudding flavor?
Chocolate.
Pistachio, you fool.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a good one. It got bits of pistachio in it. Anyway, okay.
Which shouldn't work, by the way.
It shouldn't, but
You
it
should
does.
not be able to put bits of a nut in a custard.
Yeah.
It's a little bit offensive, but it does work.
It does work, and we love it. So she gets the stuff, she cuts her thing out, her little tracking chip, and sends it to her sister? Herself.
Sister?
Her former fake sister,
Yeah.
to try to get it away. And then the Russian general guy sends everybody's favorite person. Did you know who this is? Do you know who Taskmaster is?
I know who Taskmaster is. Vaguely.
Here's what annoyed me more than anything.
Yeah.
All these fake Marvel fans watching all this promotional stuff saying how excited they were for David Harbour and how good he looked as Taskmaster.
Oh, people
and
said
how
that?
he could really pull it off. And I really love Taskmaster.
That's offensive.
David Harbour is Taskmaster. I'm like,
That
David
is-
Harbour is the Red Guardian.
Yeah.
Taskmaster has a hood
No, that is offensive.
and can copy people, except for one. Do you know, for bonus points?
Deadpool.
No. For all the points,
Dang it.
who could Taskmaster not
Loki.
copy? No. He's too crazy.
The Joker. Darn it. I ruined it. It's a different universe.
So dumb. It's Moon Knight.
Okay, yeah, no, I would not have gotten that.
Moon Knight is the only one Taskmaster can't copy. So they fight, and Moon Knight's, he's too crazy. Taskmaster would die if he tried the same moves Moon Knight does. And you're asking yourself, what powers does Moon Knight have? I'm pretty sure none. Pretty sure he's just a crazy dude.
It's like the Tasmanian devil of the...
He's like Batman, but if Batman was in the MCU and insane.
Moon Knight. I don't know.
Tell me about it. Did
You
him up?
know, nothing helpful so far, so I'm not even gonna dig any deeper. But
You didn't look Moon Knight up and it didn't give you anything.
looked
that
at
you were
Moon Knight,
liking?
and I did find out he's a fictional superhero, and he's in comic books, Marvel comic books.
Yeah,
So, and I don't want to go any. Don't make
he
me.
could be the best.
Please don't make me.
All right, not to be confused with Moonlight. Different movie. So anyway, Moon Knight, not Moon Knight. Taskmaster comes for her.
Taskmaster comes for Black Widow.
I felt like I have a thought about the movie. Yes, Cody.
Tyler?
Thank you. I felt like this movie felt the same way that. Do you remember the first time you watched? Did you go see Captain America: Winter Soldier in theaters?
Yeah.
Like when Cap hits somebody with his shield for like the first time, and they like go flying super fast and like crunch into a rail, and you're like, that person's dead.
Mm-hmm.
And they hit and like will smash into the ground. Like it's like he's like, this is the serum. The method used to make him accidentally created the Hulk. And it really showcased he's very strong and he's very fast. And I felt like the action of the movie was recreated. Like this did the same.
Had that sort of impactful.
Where it's like when someone gets hit, it's like, oh, a normal person would be dead.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like it did showcase that Black Widow is not a normal person. She has been significantly altered and somehow augmented by the process of becoming the Black Widow.
Yeah.
Or a widow, whatever they're called.
Widow, yeah.
So, but sometimes I felt like they didn't nail the effects though.
Mm.
Right?
Yeah, I could see that. I think there's an argument to be made there.
Like they were too smooth.
It didn't distract me too much, but I could see it. I could definitely see that. It felt a little bit CGE-er than some Marvel movies, but you know.
Do you think a lot of that probably comes from? Do you think that comes from having to do a lot more on sound stages because of COVID, or from having to finish those effects, like working
it's
from
hard
home
to
and
say
stuff?
because the release for this was planned May of last year. So really the shooting shouldn't have been affected by COVID.
So it would just be the like
Maybe some of the finishing, some of the finishing effects and stuff, but I think this should not really have been affected by COVID, just the release of it.
yeah.
Right?
So, but that's what I wondered though, because that's kind of what it feels like. Is that it feels like those final finishing touches just weren't done to the same standard they normally would have been done on a.
And like honestly, Winter Soldier and Falcon felt a little bit like that, but then again, that's a TV show, you know? So I was like, I didn't expect that to have the same, but I felt like it felt a little more of that effect than WandaVision did. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. It didn't feel as grounded as some of them have felt. Because I've always appreciated Marvel for that, is that for the most part, with a few exceptions, their CG in most scenes and most movies makes a little bit more sense than some of the DC stuff has. I don't know.
Let me tell you Moon Knight's abilities, all right?
You told me he's just a crazy person.
He's an expert detective.
Okay.
He's proficient in martial arts.
He is Batman. You're right.
Utilizes high-tech equipment.
He's Batman.
Formerly, he had increased strength, speed, and endurance, depending on the lunar cycle. But that doesn't affect it anymore.
No. How, though?
So, he debuted in a comic book series called Werewolf. So, I think he started out as like a...
This is a world where the moon affects...
I'm going to guess. I did not read anything.
Do it.
I'm going to guess. The initial pitch for him was very much Blade, but with werewolves. Right?
Okay.
He's Moon Knight.
Okay, yeah.
So he's half human, half werewolf, which is already half human. So he's 3/4 human, 1/4 wolf.
What? I really like the show Detroiters.
Yeah.
You know this.
Feels like
it's all over. No, because here's what they do in Detroiters.
Yeah.
They write a jingle for a dude. It's like a big black guy. I forget. He's in. Oh, he plays like the toy store manager in Elf. That guy. I forget his name, but he's good. You know?
Yeah.
Because he tackles the dude.
Yeah.
He tackles the Santa that's fighting with Will Ferrell and Elf. Anyway, he's in it. And he's the grocery store manager. And it's Farmer Zach. Farmer Jack, whatever. So it's, you know, it's a grocery store in the Midwest. Their mascot is just like a white farmer dude with a flannel shirt and a hat. And so they're like rebranding him. And so he's like, you know, it'd be cool is if he had like a leather cape and sunglasses. And he goes like, what about like a black shirt and leather pants too? They're like, okay. You know, it'd be really cool if he had a sword. They're like, yes. And at the end of the episode, he's like, you know what? You should make him black. And at the end of the episode, his mascot's just Blade. And then he's got like a big leather trench coat. Yeah. So yeah, I get it. Blade. Wesley Snipes. I'm here. So he's white Blade.
Yes.
Okay.
He is actually
he's white Blade
white.
Batman.
Yeah.
And he's in the MCU.
It even specifically says in the thing about him, he uses boomerang-like devices like a batarang. He is Batman.
Comic books are amazing.
He is a C tier in Marvel universe. Like he's very low on their totem pole.
See, when you said Moon Knight, I was like, oh, so he's just like a guy who shows people his butt cheeks at night and runs away.
He might do that.
But you're talking about a man who receives powers and dresses like the moon.
He does dress in all white, shiny clothes.
Detroiters is such a good show.
Yeah. I'm
so sad that it got 2 seasons and it's gone forever.
It's gone forever. It'll never
come out of our reach. Let's talk about David Harbour. So Florence Pugh, Scarlett Johansson they had a really good fight, I thought. They meet up at the apartment, at like their old apartment. They're going at it.
Oh,
back and forth. What?
Where is it?
Budapest.
I'm not doing this with you, Cody. I'm not doing this right now. Scarlett Johansson stands alone in this, okay?
How so? What are you trying to say?
Well, you know, of all the places, I prefer to go to Barcelona. That's what I prefer instead of Budapest.
All right. Are you ready? American pronunciation. Here we go.
Budapest.
Uh-oh. British pronunciation. Here we go.
Budapest.
Oh, no.
Yeah, she really she stands alone in the Budapest thing.
It's like the people that say Samoa instead of Samoa.
Or Nevada.
Isn't there a thing with Colorado, too? I saw a video of someone talking about, like, native Coloradans pronounce it one way and then transplants pronounce it another way. But I think the transplants don't like the way it's pronounced, but that's how you would say it in Spanish, Colorado, instead of Colorado. I don't know. I saw a video. It was a thing.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Barcelona,
Hawaii,
Mexico,
Mexico.
Brazil. So anyway, they go to Budapest.
Yeah, that is where they
fight
go.
in their apartment. I really like the fight in their apartment.
Yeah,
it was cool. I don't know, because so many Marvel is big smashy CG. So when there is a chance for someone to have like, two humans having a good old fashioned apartment fight, I like it. I enjoy that. I like that fight choreography.
Yeah,
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, yes.
So they kind of team up. They decide they got to free David Harbour from prison.
Because he might know where Alexei, the general, is.
Yeah, the Red Room.
The Red Room. Yeah.
Big secret.
Because he's the guy. He's the Red Guardian. I also like that they just, instead of being like, this is what happened in Budapest. Or Budapest. All they did was, she's like, what kind of bullets make those holes? And she's like, arrows make those kinds of holes.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, this is where it happened. And then they're like, we hid in here for 2 days. And it's like, what happened? Nobody cares.
No one cares.
But yeah, I did like it. It was a lot. It was brutal. It was a very brutal fight. But that's what like the part where the one widow falls into the courtyard.
Mm-hmm.
It is broken. And then it shows Black Widow having a very similar fall.
Mm-hmm.
And she just gets up and she's like, I'm fine.
But doesn't she bounce all over on her way down?
She does. But I felt like the way that she ragdolled her way down, and then it showed like one girl like laying there dying, and the other girl and her fine. Mm-hmm. I was like, okay. I feel like this is supposed to show like she's tougher than most.
Right. So
that's why she can like kick it with the Avengers.
Yeah.
Whereas, you know, Hawkeye still sucks. I'm kidding. I love Hawkeye.
Oh, that's the next TV show. They're doing a Hawkeye one.
Are they doing Ronin?
I don't know. The guy from Guardians Galaxy?
No. So
Ronin's a guy in Hawkeye.
Hawkeye, when he doesn't have his bow and he uses the sword.
Oh,
that's it. That's like
I think they're doing young Hawkeye.
Young Hawkeye.
I don't know if it's like
young
focused
hot guy.
Yeah, young hot guy.
Yeah.
That's
where he gets the name.
Really
Hawkeye.
Young, so it's like controversial. He's like an 11-year-old.
Oh,
yeah. No, it's sort of like is it Cuties, or what was the one? The girls twerking, the young girls twerking that everyone got real mad about.
What?
Look it up.
look
up. 12-year-old girl twerking outrage. Netflix.
I don't know.
Well, I think it was the one where people were mad to like, why are we sexualizing girls? And the writers of the show were like, it's supposed to be satirical. But, you know, it's one of those where people read the headlines and get real mad at it. I'm not saying it was a good idea. I just think that's where the disagreement was.
Yeah. You gotta be smart. You gotta make it animated like Big Mouth.
Oh yeah, you got to. Netflix cuties twerking poster drama explained. Vulture.
What?
Yeah. Netflix movie Cuties slammed for twerking scenes.
Cuties.
Yeah.
That's the name of the
called-
show.
It's been updated multiple times to include additional information. All right.
It's
It's
okay.
a French language film. Hold on. What? All right. Hold on. I'm sorry. There's too much to digest in this article. I don't even know.
I'll tell you, while you read that, the only controversy I know of when it comes to the Netflix is that a lot of people are outraged that they didn't renew Glow. But they renewed a bunch of, but they do like 17-part documentaries that at the end they're like, and nobody knows what happened. And everybody's like, why did I sit through 17 parts?
Yeah. This person's saying it's based on a French language thing and they adapted it.
Was we all knew.
And
French
and it got
approves.
review bombed before it came out. So I don't even know. People petitioned to have it removed. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. I'm over it. It happened. It's over. The same thing happened with there's another like French language movie. They're like, let's just make it American. We'll put Demi Moore and Miley Cyrus in it. And then like the things didn't translate over because the culture's different. You know, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard when you make things. We've talked about how hard it is to make a movie China friendly. If you're making China, you know, there's things you got to do because the cultures are different.
Well, it's like people get all mad when they make it like a live action American version of like an anime.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, this isn't right. And it's like, well, in the anime, they're all 7 and having sex with each other. We can't do that.
Yeah.
We can't do that because they're a cartoon and they can be like, they're eternal beings.
Mm-hmm.
But when you have to cast real people, you need to age them up like 20 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay?
It's hard.
It's hard. I wouldn't want to do it.
It's very difficult.
I just want to make fun of the people who do it bad. Here's my point. All right. I don't have a point.
I have a point to make.
You have a point to make.
David Harbour's in this.
Yes.
He's in the gulag or, you know, Serbian prison or whatever. All right.
Same thing.
He's in there.
Yeah.
And he's arm wrestling people and telling stories of the glory days and just slamming people's hands down, crushing it arm wrestling, pretending like he's going to lose and just breaking people's wrists. And honestly, that scene could have been 20 minutes long.
Yeah.
I could have watched him do that like 30 more times with 30 more dudes. It was a great time. David Harbour's great.
He's amazing.
And if he can pull off that scene, it's not his fault Hellboy didn't work. All right, it's not his fault the Hellboy reboot was
if I remember, if he had been that kind of character in the Hellboy, people would have loved it. But they made him real brooding and dark, didn't they?
They made it probably. I mean, I didn't see. I didn't watch it. I watched a trailer and I was like, that does not look good. Then it came out, had trailer reviews, so I didn't watch it.
What I heard, the whole issue is that Hellboy's supposed to be like I'll arm wrestle all of you for this cookie.
Right.
But he was like, the darkness in my soul will consume the universe.
Hellboy's always been like a funny cartoon, funny comic. I only read like one or two of them, but there was like a short one. It was like one part of his origin story. Because, you know, he gets picked up by like the American scientists, child of hell, whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And he eats pancakes, and it's like the demons in hell are like, no, he's eating pancakes. Now he can never return to the underworld. He's lost to us. And you're like, yeah, those are the rules. You eat pancakes. You can't go back down, you know.
Yeah.
It's just whimsical. It's silly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when they made it like a hard R and then not like Deadpool R where it's like funny, it's not gonna work.
Did you see, speaking of the MCU, did you see the video of Deadpool asking Korg how to get into the MCU?
I saw 20 seconds of it.
That's all I saw too, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
How do you get in the MCU? Was he like, give up on all your hopes and dreams, and at your darkest moment at that point, check your emails?
I saw a video of them doing like a reaction video to the Free Guy trailer. So, because they're both in Free Guy as well.
Oh.
So it's like a tie-in thing where they're reacting to the trailer of them both being in the Free Guy trailer, but it's them as their Marvel characters.
I love it.
Yeah. I mean,
I want a movie with Cork and
they're
Deadpool.
both wonderful.
I want an 18 season long show.
I know. I would love for Deadpool just to
talk
pop
show.
up in some like MCU stuff.
Give them a talk show.
Yes.
That's a multi-million-dollar idea right
That's
there.
true. That's true. Conan's off TBS. They probably want a new talk show. TBS is probably owned by somebody who is part of the Disney empire, right?
Probably. Well, you could just do the weekly thing on there. Like HBO's got their talk shows that keep people subscribed to HBO Max.
Mm-hmm.
Keep them subscribed.
Disney Plus needs content. Needs content with Ryan Reynolds that's R-rated and is a talk show.
Stick it on Hulu, probably. It's where they stick their stuff to die.
Oh, yeah. David Harbour is delightful.
Yeah.
They go in and rescue him in the helicopter. That goes kind of bad, right? Don't
It
they
does.
explode the prison or something?
Yeah, because she shoots the rocket at the gun that's shooting her.
Oh, yeah.
Which I appreciate whenever they put a character in that is kind of like also a super person, but like normal person, super person. Like,
Mhm.
like she's a super spy, but she's not part of the Avengers. And so like Black Widow's like telling her to keep the helicopter up, but she's getting shot at and all that. And she's like, this is nuts. Like
Mhm.
we're all doing a real good job right now.
yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah.
just like saying dumb, stupid stuff. And, you know, just like someone there that'd be like, the F is going on. You know,
Mhm.
like this dude's a super soldier, like Captain America, but worse. Definitely worse.
Yeah.
And then there's Black Widow, and she's just there. She's just there along for the ride, but somehow he's the worst
Mhm.
of the
Yeah.
team.
I did like that he was like all about the reunion and the family time, but it was like they were never, they were like
Yeah.
a staged family for the thing,
Yeah.
So I liked that he's like, I'm so proud of you girls. And they were like, please don't touch me. We just need your information. Like, we do not, it's just so funny that he's like, oh, you love me so much as your dad that you came to save me. And they're like, nope, we really, really just need to know where the red room is.
Yeah.
We
And he's like,
figured you
I
would
don't know. He's like, I got put in jail like right after we went back.
Yeah. Yeah. I did think the red room thing was interesting when they're like, so they go to their old mom, who's like a lead researcher for that guy.
Yeah.
I liked that the red room was like mysterious floating city. Like that's where it was. And like, oh, no wonder no one could find it. It's like La Puta, the castle in the sky.
Yeah.
Oh,
Tiffany, it's not Castle in the Sky, but Howl's Moving Castle.
Yeah.
Tiffany's watched that like 3 times. Just, I'll come home randomly since we watched it together for the podcast.
mm-hmm.
And she'll just randomly be watching it. She loves it.
Yeah. It's a great movie.
It's so good.
The ladies love Howl's
Howl.
Moving Castle. They love Howl, love Christian Bale's voice, and a sexy cartoon wizard bod.
But you know why she's really watching it.
For Billy Crystal as the fire guy.
Calcifer, right?
Yeah.
He's like, nom, nom, nom.
Yeah. It's so good.
Anyway, but Black Widow.
They get the mom. Oh, they're pigs in this movie. It made me so happy. I'm so ready for Nick Cage's pig movie. It's getting great reviews. His truffle pig goes. It's John Wick, but it's Nick Cage, and there's a truffle pig that's missing. Okay, and it has great reviews. I don't even care. I'm watching it. It's gonna be wonderful. There's pigs in this movie, and let me tell you, she's trying to illustrate like, hey, we've chemically brainwashed these people. It'll do whatever we want it to. She made the pig stop breathing. I was very upset. I was like, you cannot have pigs in this movie and then kill them in front of me. I'll walk out of this theater. I'll sign the petition. I will burn Marvel Studios to the ground. the pig did not die. She let it breathe, but I was ready.
It had a whole 11 seconds left.
I was ready to rally the theater, all right, and storm the concession stand and overtake the theater.
Smash all the collectible popcorn tins.
That's where I was at. You know I love my pigs. Rachel Weisz was pretty good. I liked, that's what kind of takes you in the third act, right? So they're all there together. She's alerted the Red Room. She and Black Widow kind of hatch a plan. We don't really know that, right? Or do we?
Yeah, it's revealed later when they take their little masks off.
I really like that twist. I thought it was a smart way to bring us into Act 3.
Which that's the first time we've really seen those since Winter Soldier, right? The little mask things. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I like the little funny moments of them, like the acting like a family.
David Harbour just being like the horny Red Guardian dude. He was like, oh, what is it? I've very virile. I've got a lot of energy. Yeah,
I just got out of prison. I have a lot of energy. And she's into it, and they're like,
oh my gosh, it's so good. Yeah, like I liked their dynamic. It was great.
Yeah, because it is kind of like they were a fake family for a
few years, right? Yeah,
and he obviously they allude to him being kind of horny for her, them being a thing before that.
Yeah,
and then being like him being real happy that she was picked for their assignment.
Yeah,
and that whole deal, and just like it's like, wait a second, no, we weren't a family, we were a fake spy, you were spies and we were your cover.
Yeah.
I like that he asks if Captain America ever said anything about him.
Oh,
the first thing he says to her, and they keep it because it's so much like, there's so much drama and everything going on, but it all comes back to like so many people bring it up, like, when you're the only successful one in your family, and they're like, oh, Mr. Big Shot coming in here, like, oh, little Miss
that
Avenger.
Harvard's here, or whatever. Yeah,
think you're a big shot, you gotta be Avenger now.
What David Harbour was like, you're an Avenger, and the other girl's like, you're like one of the best widows in the world. Your ledgers must just be gushing red with blood. Like, I'm so proud of you.
So many people. Yeah. And they're both like, there's been like entire movies that a large portion of the plot are based around Black Widow being like, not being proud of how many people she's killed. And he's like, I'm so proud of you.
It was great. I could have dealt with, I really like the casting of those four, of that crew. I enjoyed the last act. So Black Widow gets her way in with, what's the dude's name?
The Alexei, the general.
Alexei is the name of the Red Commander, which is also the name of the Russian dude in Stranger Things, the Russian doctor.
You call him the Red Commander? It's the Red Guardian.
Red Guardian.
It's the Red Guardian. Alexei. Oh gosh. General Petrov or something, right?
Deidre.
I'm finding him.
Dreykov.
Dreykov's daughter. Boom. Yes.
Oh, it's the guy who plays Beowulf in Beowulf. Remember the Beowulf movie? Oh gosh, he plays
CG
Growl Tiger in Cats. I'm mad that you haven't seen Cats. I'm mad that you haven't seen, what's the other one? Wonder Woman 1984.
Have you seen Cats?
Yes, I saw Cats in theaters. All right.
Why?
You made me.
I did not. We didn't even do it.
I think we talked about doing it, and
You made a choice.
Bailey wanted to see it.
How do you feel about that choice?
It was a bad movie. Like, it definitely was.
It's because it's trash movies, It's a trash movie.
Well, I'm not watching it again. I'll tell you
Cody.
that right now.
I'm not watching it by myself.
I will burn this movie theater to the ground. So anyway, Beowulf is in this, except he's Dreykov. Yeah, so I like that Black Widow gets her way into his office. She can't kill him because of the chemical thing, you know? He's got the chemical thing going on. And so they have to find their work way around it. Florence Pugh has got to deactivate the people. Red Commander has got to give his heartfelt speech to the girls that he never gets to give. I really like that. He keeps trying to give his speeches, it doesn't go anywhere.
So they're always
never actually there.
Or he even tries to give a speech to Melina. Is her name right? Yeah, Melina, and then he turns around and she's gone.
Yeah.
It's like, this might be the last time we see each other. Oh, she's gone.
I love David Harbour in this. Thought he was great.
I like
that was a really good part.
His fight, like I was like, oh, it's about to go down with him fighting Taskmaster. Because he is super strong. Taskmaster, I don't think is super strong. They just copy fight techniques.
Yeah.
So I was like, he's about to go down. And he's just getting beaten senseless by Taskmaster.
Yeah.
Just cut to the other teams doing stuff and succeeding, and then cut back to him getting tossed around a room for 20 minutes.
It's great. So what? Black Widow has to break her like sensors,
like the nerve
receptors for her nerves, so she's not affected. I thought that was interesting. She didn't even end up doing the killing though, right? Because he gets in the helicopter and they blow up the helicopter, right?
Right, because she was about to like start whooping on him, but then the Widows arrive.
Yeah. I thought it was a cool like set piece to end it, where like the whole Red Room is like falling down through the sky and they're skydiving, and yeah, I liked it. I thought it was good. I was interesting that she freed Taskmaster and like had that redemptive sort of moment. Which I'm glad she did, because that was kind of I feel like that was a big theme in the movie, right? Because she's always been haunted by her past, like you talked about. And, you know, part of her taking out Dreykov was like, I thought I did it. That was my thing. That was my ticket out. You take it out of that and into the Avengers, and I failed in that, and she was the collateral damage, and it's my fault. So I appreciated, you know, it was sort of this redemption story for Black Widow.
Yeah. And I'll tell you something 100% honestly right now.
Yeah.
Until this movie, I thought she was Dreykov's daughter. That's what I
mean,
thought.
In a sense, aren't all the widows Dreykov's daughters, you know, adoptive, whatever?
Yeah, but at no point did I pick up on she killed a little girl.
Yeah. Bailey, so that was one thing. Dreykov kind of goes about his thing. He's like, yeah, I've got widows all over the world, and they'll do whatever I want, and, you know, blah, 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 this and that. One of the things he said, and Bailey took issue with this, she's like, it's like, I use the one surplus resource in the whole world. And it's like, girls. Wait. Girl, is there a surplus that I don't know about of like,
if there's a surplus of a type
like
of person,
orphan girls in particular?
It's definitely, I mean, because there is definitely a surplus there's more dudes in the world than girls, more male
is
than
that
female.
right?
I believe so.
Hold on, let's do some research here.
Now I know there is a surplus, you know, perceived surplus in places like China where they
it's roughly 101 males to 100 females.
Is it?
So yeah, it's slightly more.
Slightly more males,
like a 1% or 0.5%, whatever.
I know China's lifted their one-child policy to 2 children because nobody wants girls, so they, you know, will leave them for adoption or do worse things.
Yes,
because they're like, we gotta have a boy so he can take care of us.
Yeah.
Now they're like, we got too many guys.
All these horned up Chinese men with all this energy, you know?
All this energy.
Yeah, so that was a little whatever.
It was just dumb. Like
Yeah,
it didn't.
it was dumb.
Because I was like, is this sexist? I was like, no, it just sounds
wrong.
dumb. It just sounds dumb.
Oh man. Which as a whole I thought it was pretty well written. And the writer worked on Agent Carter, worked on Thor Ragnarok, Kong versus Godzilla, and WandaVision. So the writing team has some pretty solid credits to their name.
Yeah.
I don't know. I do see why some people don't like this Marvel movie as much, because I get it. Some people, for them, they're all kind of just bleeding together. I don't know, but I still enjoy them. I still find that, this one was a lady director and it was about two sisters, and, I liked seeing more Black Widow. I thought it was pretty well written. I don't know. I guess I don't have a problem with him. I like him still.
I mean, this definitely isn't the worst Marvel movie, in my opinion. I don't know if is that something people are hitting you with?
I saw one or two things about that, but let's just see what the tomato meter's like for this one, because the IMDb wasn't super strong. Yeah. Black Widow page isn't working, so.
Oh, I can tell you what it is, Cody.
I would love.
So the tomato meter is 80%, but like you said, it looks like their website is down at the moment, so you can't get in to see the user score. But it's 80% for the critics.
Really interesting. Which is a little lower than most Marvel movies. Most Marvel movies are like 85 to 95, I would say.
Yeah, Metascore is 67 and 6.5.
Wow.
So I think everybody's just sexist.
That's true.
And they don't like seeing Scarlett Johansson and Florence Pugh's butts.
Mm-hmm.
Which is 90% of my enjoyment of the film, personally. Of course. And,
Yeah. No, I mean...
Did you feel like the butt shots were too obvious?
I honestly didn't feel like they were.
Yeah.
I feel like they didn't focus on them as much as maybe they would have in previous, like 10 years ago in a Marvel movie.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I could tell when it was a butt shot, but it felt almost like the director being like, we know what this is. You know what's happening, and we're doing it.
Which
we're not going to not do it. We're going to do it.
Which brings up an interesting point. It is a lady director, which I appreciated, because I think the only other lady Marvel director, the one who did is Anna Boyd and her directing partner, the Captain Marvel one.
I believe so.
I think she's the only other. And then actually Chloe Zhao was offered this one. And she directed Nomadland, which is very good. It was at the Oscars last year. I think she got Best Director for that one. She also directed The Rider, I think, or The Ride, which is a cowboy movie that I did not like.
The Ride, I think, was the cowboy one.
Yeah, it was like, I saw what she was going for. I think they picked a real cowboy for the actor, and he was really boring and bad at acting. So it's like, oh, you're very good at riding cows, and you are a bad actor because you're not an actor. Anyway, she's a good director. She's done some good stuff. Instead, she's directing Eternals, which is the one with Kumail Nanjiani that's coming out next year, I think. Early next year, maybe.
Yeah.
So yeah, I appreciate that Marvel's getting some lady directors in there, represent, especially if it's like a female cast. You're like, hey, let's do this right.
Yeah.
In the comics, I didn't know this. Alexei, the Red Guardian, is married to Black Widow in some of the comics. I didn't know that. A couple other things for some fun facts.
All right.
Emma Watson was actually a top candidate to play Yelena, the sister, at one point, and they backed out. I think Florence Pugh is maybe a better casting because she just looks more like Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, but they're not actually sisters, though.
Right. I'm just saying. I think I don't know. I just think if you're going someone to play like a counterpart of like, oh, here's what would have happened if Black Widow didn't leave and what stayed in, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm glad they picked Florence Pugh because I like Florence Pugh.
Yeah, me too. I have one more fun fact.
Give it to me.
So Scarlett Johansson, as you may know, is married to Colin Jost, who hosts Weekend Update on SNL and is head writer there, co-head writer.
Always.
Anywho, they're married now.
Yeah.
And she would ask him, like, hey, can you help me read this scene? You know, she'd ask him to work through some scenes, read some lines with him. He hates spoilers, so he'd be like, no. He'd be like, sorry, can't do it. Which I just thought that was funny. That it's like, oh, they both work in the industry. You know, he's a writer and performs on SNL. And it's like, hey, you want to read this scene with me? He's like, nope. Is there going to be spoilers? No, I can't do it. Sorry. I just thought that was funny. I'm really curious about what they do with that stinger. You know, how are they going to use Yelena? How are they going to use the pew in the future? You know, is he just going to be in the movies or in the TV show, or are they going to be some movie? I don't know. I think curious.
I think she will appear in movies, because I know right now they're in the phase of they're trying to pass the MCU from the Avengers that they built up in the first phases.
Yeah.
To the new class of Avengers, basically, to like the newer characters.
Yeah.
So, like, you know,
Captain Marvel, the Eternals, those kind of people.
Yeah, because, like, you know, spoilers for the whole MCU, you know, Iron Man's gone, Captain America's gone. And then, so, you know, they pass that off to like Falcon and the people who are fine with staying and still being in the MCU.
Yeah.
Still acting in it, like what's his name that plays Bucky?
Sebastian Stan.
Like, he's sticking around. Here's the thing. When are they gonna do like a Star Wars show set right after Star Wars and cast Sebastian Stan as Luke Skywalker?
That's a good question.
Everybody wants it. You know who wants it? Mark Hamill. You know who else wants it? Sebastian Stan.
Yeah, that's true.
You know who else wants it? Your mom.
Yeah. I hear you, and I'm here to add. And look, if they don't do it, let's burn down Lucasfilm. You know, let's bring it to him.
Let's go to Skywalker Ranch and burn it to the ground.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Did you see he's been brought back?
Who? Lucas?
George Lucas.
To do what?
He's heading up the Lucas Arts Interactive Studio or something. I think he's mostly over their like game studio and their extended universe with all the Lucas Arts properties. But they're like, hey, we're bringing back this like the Lucas Arts brand, and you actually did a really good job of building this up, so we want to come build it up again.
Interesting.
So I don't know of what role he is, but I heard that he was hired as like a creative director or something of the.
Wow. Isn't he supposed to be out there raising his children, who I'm sure are fully grown adults at this point?
Children who are all in their 50s, probably.
Raising his grandchildren.
His great-grandchildren.
And look, he has a ranch. So why isn't he riding his horses? Look, why doesn't he get back into race cars again? Yeah. Remember when he was into race cars and then he almost died? Why does he do more of that?
Probably because he almost died.
Well, that's fine. Doesn't he have a fifth Indiana Jones movie to make? You know what I'm saying?
Maybe they're hoping everybody will forget about that.
Who's directing that?
Sebastian Stan. Here's the real question, Cody. How'd you feel about the vest and the vest joke?
Oh my goodness, that's the thing I was gonna do. Okay, it was related to the vest and the pockets and the utility of it. I loved it. I loved that she was like, I never got to pick clothes my own, and so I got this vest. I modified it. It has all these. You can carry so much stuff in it. Like I love that she loved her vest. Yeah. It was an interesting tie-in, right? Because that's what she's wearing in Endgame. Scarlett Johansson.
Oh yeah,
I think she is. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was interesting because at the end of the movie, she's like, Florence Pugh, go do your mission. Florence Pugh's like, remember me with this vest. And then
she dies.
Does he give herself up? Or but then it comes to pass that everything gets worked out with the Avengers to an extent, right? And so then she's like not in trouble anymore. Is that kind of the end of the movie, or was she, I forget, or did she like run off and like, all right, I'll buy you time?
She gives herself up to Secretary Ross to get captured. Because that's the only way Ross ever catches anybody.
Look, say what you will.
Okay.
He gets him in the end. When they're good and ready.
He shows up.
And it's convenient for all parties.
To a field in the middle of nowhere. Who knows where it is. To catch. Okay, here's the thing. Scarlett Johansson, Black Widow. She's in a field in the middle of nowhere and turns on her locator, which he knows darn well has been off, that she has purposefully activated, and he comes rolling up and into a field. And what do they turn on the sirens from like 15 miles away. It's like, dude, you're bad at your job.
Yeah. Or
all
is
she
he?
has to do is
He
jog.
got her. Did he or did he not get her?
I don't think he ever arrested her because they were probably fine by then.
Look, all that matters is she got.
Also, in Infinity War, isn't she with Captain America? Yes, because she shows up with Captain America.
They're always
So Captain America at some point gets her from Ross.
Look, Ross is doing the best he can with what he's got. Okay?
This is what he does. He gives weird speeches about having a heart attack and comparing the Avengers to nukes, and him saying, if I misplaced nukes, I'd get in trouble. And it's like, well, if you misplaced children, you'd probably also get in trouble. But do you know where your children are at this exact moment? No, because they're adults.
He's doing the best he can with what he's got.
Also, he was Secretary Ross, and Hydra was running the world. And he's like, you guys can't be trusted. It's like, Ross, you can't be trusted. You might be part of Hydra. The one thing I learned from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Hydra is a little tentacle thing that can be the size of a planet or it can fit inside a beagle. I never really paid attention to what it was. The guy that played Paul in the old Bad Dune movie, he's in it. And they're like, he's so strong. Can we see him be strong? No.
Here's what I know
Tell me.
about the Indiana Jones project.
Oh, okay. Tell me about
It's
that.
planned for next year.
Okay.
Has Harrison Ford.
Shia LaBeouf?
It's got Mads Mikkelsen,
Oh.
who obviously be a great villain.
Is he
It's got
Nazi?
Toby Jones in it. The guy who plays the Hydra guy, the computer guy.
Yeah.
And it's the same guy who directed Ford v Ferrari, Logan, and Walk the Line. So,
Still never watched Logan. Cody, I own Logan.
Tyler, you haven't seen Logan?
I haven't watched Logan. I own it.
No, look at me in the eyes. I can't even look at you. That's where why?
It's long. It's like the same reason I didn't watch Interstellar for so long. And then I watched it and I was like, it's all right.
You fell asleep or something.
No,
I recorded some great notes by Interstellar, then we never recorded that episode.
no, we recorded it. Didn't
We didn't. We never did. You're like, I gotta watch it again so I can really
I did watch it again.
Tyler, why haven't you seen Logan? I didn't love it, but everyone else did, and you would like it. It's the only good X-Men movie, apparently.
How dare you?
Look, all I know is Logan came out, and everyone was like, by far, the best X-Men movie that's ever come out. That's what that's the buzz on the street. That's what the youth are saying.
Is it better than Deadpool?
For me, no. For a lot of people, yes.
Seems hard to believe.
Look, I'm telling you, it's not that good. But
all
you
the
will
guys
like it.
Cried. All the men tear when can I spoil it? I've never seen it, but I can spoil something in it.
Yeah, we're in spoiler town,
We're in
so spoilers for Logan.
When he kills Xavier, Professor Xavier, he kills him, doesn't he?
I don't remember.
He takes his claws. And he goes, yeah.
I don't remember that. But may have happened.
Yeah, that's what everybody says made him cry.
Oh, all right.
Is he kills Xavier, I think, so he doesn't get caught by the Sentinel guys.
You haven't seen it, okay? You can't connect to it. You're not allowed.
I know there's 10 there's 10 At Weapon X, she's got 2 claws.
You didn't like Interstellar?
I just, I thought it was pretty. I thought it was fine. I thought Interstellar was, it was a lot of movie.
That movie, like, is one of the movies that sucks me in, and I'll just watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like, if it's on, I'm like, oh, yeah. No, it's not my favorite Chris Nolan movie, but it's pretty good. And then, like, 20 minutes later, I'm like, this is amazing. I'm just going to watch the rest of this right now.
It's one of those movies where I feel like there's no, like, ramp up, ramp down. It's like, it's happening, and then it happens for 3 hours, and then you're done.
It's a great movie. All right.
I'm not saying it's a bad movie. I'm not saying it's the second coming of Jonathan Nolan.
Better than Logan? You'll never know because you've never seen it. You've never seen Cats. You've never seen Logan. You've never seen
Wonder Woman
84. This podcast might as well be called Movies Tyler Hasn't Seen That Cody's Seen.
Well, that was the purpose of the cinema sins thing or whatever. Tyler, the fun facts where it's like, I've never seen, I would say, I would say the facts about me, the shocking facts about me, which started with my favorite movie being like a super bushy black and white movie from the 30s or whatever. And I've never seen Logan.
I don't even know what to do with you anymore. Like, I don't even know if it's worth finishing this episode. I don't even want to finish this episode.
We already finished it.
I just want to walk out the window and leave you here to think about what you've done to me personally. Cats. WW84.
Look, you
Logan.
chose to see Cats.
Probably Interstellar.
And I rewatched Interstellar.
Well, you never told me, and you never record an episode, so it's like doesn't even count. If you don't record an episode of a podcast on a movie, then did you even watch that movie? The answer is no.
I mean, we there's a lot that never got recorded or whatever,
All right.
Shut up.
Here's the question I have, and it's one that I don't know where I stand on it. In the cardinal ranking of Marvel movies for you, where's this sit? Top tier. Let's say 4 tiers. What tier is this in? Top tier, bottom tier, second tier, third. Where would you put it?
Top of the second tier.
Yeah, I think I'm comfortable putting it maybe towards the bottom of the second tier.
I was gonna say the bottom of the top third. That's what I was gonna say. So I feel like you're
the bottom of. All right, I hear you.
So basically, what I said with the I feel like with the second tier.
Yeah.
Or also similar to what you're saying, but actually it's kind of in between. That's how fractions work.
Yeah, I liked it.
I'd put Avengers Endgame and Infinity War above it.
I think, yeah, definitely. I think the strength of the cast of it, the core cast, lifts it a lot. I think if they didn't cast it as well, it probably wouldn't have done as well for me. But I enjoyed it, and I really want to know the audience score on this.
The tomato meter.
Yeah, I want to know the what's it called? Audience score.
Yeah.
This is really this happened with another website the other day, and it is breaking my heart.
Look, all these websites, they're all going down like there's no tomorrow,
Is it your interweb?
There's no way. But maybe.
I mean, other things are working, so it has to be. Yeah, no, it's definitely Rotten Tomatoes. Well, RIP, Rotten Tomatoes. Rest in peace. It was good knowing you.
Yeah.
I would recommend this one to people. It's a good one. I think it's got enough fun in it, and a good cast, and it's enjoyable. And it's a little different from the other ones because like you compared it to Winter Soldier. I think, it's more like a spy movie. It's more like normal dudes, less of like superheroes. Yeah. So in that way, it's almost a little more accessible. It's good. It's a good one. It's a goodie. I'm ready for the next one. I'm ready for some more diverse, some Asian Marvel movies coming down the pipe. Pike. Which one is it though?
Pipe.
Pike? Did we miss anything?
Talked about the vest. We talked.
Coming down the pike is a saying. Anyway, what the vest? Oh yeah, did you even tell me about the vest? I just told you that I loved it.
I love the vest.
Yeah.
The vest is a good time for everybody involved, and I loved it very much so. Because she made modifications to it.
Yeah.
What modifications did she make? Nobody knows.
I don't know, but she made them.
She did make the vest modifications. Yeah, I liked it a lot. I liked it more than I thought I would. I was worried that I wasn't super excited for this one like some people were.
Mm-hmm.
I will say one thing that took it down a notch.
Ooh.
We saw it in Prime because somebody who wasn't me made the reservations.
And somebody who wasn't me accepted them. You know?
I didn't have to accept them. I just never canceled them.
That's what I'm saying. Look, I'm saying you could have changed
I
it.
entrusted you
So
with
what
the
happened?
power.
What's wrong with Prime? What's your bone?
I was sitting there staring at that screen, and I was like, this does not look as good as my TV.
Oh my god.
And I thought about it.
Are you saying IMAX would have been better for you?
I think it was like...
Because that Dolby screen is what's the word? I don't want to use a distasteful word. Turnt? It's bad.
I think turnt is good, right?
It's bad.
It's bad.
I'm thinking of another word, but I think it might be in poor taste, so I'll just not say it. It's jankety.
Yeah. I mean, I have not gotten into the Dolby.
They need to fix the Dolby screen is what I'm saying.
Yeah. The last two movies I've seen were in IMAX just because of the timing of it.
So you're saying your TV is better than IMAX for you?
I like the IMAX screen, but you know, like there's that weird shimmer effect that they have on the screen. In the Prime, it's real bad compared to the others. That's not present on the OLED screen.
Tyler, you've cursed yourself
I have.
to a life of bougie TVs, and wherever you go that isn't your TV is never going to be good, and like you're ruined.
I was looking at more expensive TVs too. Like,
What?
here's the thing: they sell a 48-inch model of this TV,
Right?
And I have used this TV as a monitor for work stuff before, and everybody's like, the 48 is the perfect gigantic monitor, and I'm like, I want it so bad.
Oh my goodness!
Here's the thing, though: it costs the same as the two monitors my work bought for me. But if I asked them for this 48-inch TV, they'd be like, "No, you dumb sack of turds." But I'd be like, "It's the same price. It's cheaper. It's better. It's cooler. It's bougier."
You gone and spoiled yourself. Here it is.
I went on a
You
rant.
really
for
did it to yourself.
I went on like a 30-minute rant about how I wanted the QA 900 soundbar, and how that's the only thing. I was telling my wife that's the only thing that could ever make me happy. And then at the very end, no, because at the very end I scrolled down like 2 products to the one I have, and I was like, I'm just stuck with this QA 800. And then I started to be like, this one has the Dolby with, or like the Dolby W/DTXS. This other one that we've got, this dumb one, is the Dolby with
Yeah.
DTXS. It's the exact same soundbar for $100 less. I don't know what the difference is, Cody.
But there is a difference. That's all that matters.
Actually, it's $200 price difference, I think, and I don't know what it is.
Okay, let me ask you this: have you bought yourself some nice microfiber cloths then?
For cleaning it?
Yeah.
No, because nobody has touched the screen since it went up.
Our sister-in-law, my sister-in-law, my wife's sister and her kids house sat for us for a little bit, came home to just 2 toddler handprints on my TV. I was like, no.
Which I do have a cleaning
They
kit
cleaned up fine.
for the TV.
I like the
for TVs.
microfiber cloth. It does the trick.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had the handprints, the teeny tiny handprints.
Now, okay, here's a question. Since we're on the TV talk,
Yeah.
does your screen, because this one I know is well known as having the glass panel, which is great unless it breaks. And then it's like you have to leave. You just have to leave. Wherever it is, you just can't be. You can't exist in that space anymore. Because there's glass everywhere.
Mm.
Does your TV have the glass, or is it like the plastic?
I don't
glass?
think it's the glass one.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure.
because I didn't know what TVs do. The only encounter I really have with the TV, I know if you're like those TVs break because I used to work at Best Buy and I watched a Geek Squad guy reach into a TV box.
Mm-hmm.
The guy returned and pull his hand out, and it was just covered in blood.
Oh my!
And he was
gosh.
like, "So the TV's broken."
"Oh my god!"
And we had to call an ambulance because he had to go
Oh
get
my
stitches because it like
goodness.
gashed his arm. Like he had scars like he had tried to kill himself
Oh my!
from reaching into
goodness.
his TV box. So don't reach into TV boxes.
Right.
Was it you that told me about the? Was it you or somebody at work that showed me a picture of someone dropping a mirror on their leg?
I don't think that was me.
Oh, it was definitely somebody at work. Yeah. Somebody at work showed me this picture. They were like, "Are you squeamish?" I was like, not really. And then they showed me a picture of someone who had dropped a mirror
Uh-huh.
and almost cut their leg in half.
Really? It's like the Dr. Pimple. Let me just really quickly call the Dr. Pimple Popper people. The Pimple Popper people, the Pimple Popper fans are the worst in the world. And I'm married to one. You know, people who enjoy watching really bad pimples and cysts and stuff get like bled out and leaked and gushed. My problem with them, if that's what you like, fine. My problem is they think everybody else wants to watch that too. And so they'll just be like, look at this. Or I'll catch it. I was like, what are you watching? And like, I Pimple are like, oh, this is a good part. I'm like, no, don't show. I don't want to see it. I'll gag. Like, I don't understand why they want you to watch it too. Like, they're like, look, this is such a good thing. You have to partake of it with me. And I'll even be like, no, I don't want to see it. And they're like, no, you do. I'm like, no, you don't understand. I don't.
Cody, here's the issue you're having, right? There's a normal people who like the pimple popping videos, right?
Yeah.
Here, right? And they understand. Don't show it to people if they say that they don't want to see it.
Yeah.
Then there's the people that are like, why they can't understand, but they're normal humans to an extent, so they'll won't force you to watch it.
Yeah.
And then there is your wife, who I could see physically attacking you to force you to watch a video with her just because you said no.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's the issue there. The other problem is most of the pimple popper, it's not good. Like, I'll enjoy a good, like, oh, they got it, you know? But it's not like just they got the pimple. It's like, oh, I have a cyst the size of a bowling ball.
Look.
And Jerry from Target got a scalpel from the dumpster and he's going to pop it for me. And it's going to shoot into grandma's mouth and she's going to swallow it. And it's like, this is several stages. Just go to the doctor.
Yeah.
And they will extract.
And like, it's almost worse when they're like long videos, you know, where it's like, look, we popped the cyst. It's like 3 minutes. And the first 2.5 minutes is just them like squeezing it and like forcing it. And I can't do it.
Yeah. Also, photo fact to anybody thinking of the Lancing as cyst at home. If you go to the doctor, most of the time, they slice your skin and pull the cyst out as one unit. They don't pop the cyst.
Yeah.
If they pop the cyst, they're a bad surgeon. That's usually their goal.
Yeah.
So don't pop a cyst. Yeah, I do like the like ones where that's like the real dirty ears. I like those. They'll clean those out.
Stuff out.
Those are satisfying because there's not going to be like anything shooting across the room.
Right. Yeah. Because it's a fountain and you don't know how far deep it goes. When it's the gusher things, you know, you're just like, I don't want to see what's even in there.
Yeah.
I'm good. All right.
Yeah.
Don't show me pimple popper videos. Don't make me watch them.
It's a good thing we don't have a lot of followers.
Consent
so you get those tweeted at you.
Is important in all aspects of life.
It's true. It's very true.
And it includes showing me a video I don't want to watch.
Yeah.
All right. It was a good movie.
It was
I enjoyed it. I'm glad movies are coming back. How did the box office doing?
The box office at the moment is
it recouped?
so the budget is 200.
Okay.
I'm sure you knew that. I couldn't stop saying it before I already said it.
I'm gonna guess 200 for the budget.
You fool! It's 200.
Okay.
The box office right now, it says it's sitting at 173.9 million.
All right.
But
It's
I think
doing okay.
I'm pretty sure I saw a thing on. I think it was this specifically where Disney came out and said like it did very well on Disney Plus.
Yeah, I didn't realize this one came out the same time. They did dual release, Disney Plus, and
Yeah.
my brother bought it. He like
Premiere.
sent me a text. He's like, "Oh, I just bought Black Widow." You know, I was like, "I already seen it." So
Yeah, the article I think was more them saying like that's kind of they're gonna just do that now because they're like we've seen such a huge success from like
yeah, because there are probably so many people that like to watch those with their kids, but they've got too many kids, or some kids are too
Yeah.
young to go, and it's like, well, I'm not gonna hire a babysitter so that like half my family can watch. You know, I want to watch at home.
Yeah, which that's the other thing too. Is like for us, you go to the theater, even if you don't have the A list, it would be $30 to go see it in the theater.
Yeah,
But you get the theater experience.
right.
But if you've got 5 kids or something like my brother, that's like
You're not gonna
100.
shell out $100
That's over
to
$100
see.
to go to the theater with them.
yeah, I get that.
So they just pay $30.
I was a little disappointed because I love watching these at like the midnight premieres.
Yeah.
I love to see it at Screenlit Armor because it's just like the biggest Marvel nerds see it that night, and it's just like a fun crowd. And I wasn't in town that day, so I was a little bummed I missed it, but we still had a pretty good crowd.
Yeah.
Decent crowd, and I saw it in a recliner, so I can't be too upset.
Yeah. It's pretty packed. I was surprised. It was
Me too.
fun. I enjoyed going to the theater. I like going back to the theater.
It was nice.
Yeah.
Happy theater to you.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for listening. You can share us or whatever. I don't care. I don't care. You care?
Yes.
That's what I thought.
I
Oh.
want to make money off of this, Cody. Millions.
If we could just make enough money to cover our Red Bull budget, I think I'd be happy.
Yeah.
We have to get a lot of subscribers.
Here's the problem. Here's the issue. This is why we gotta make money. This is on the same credit card that I use for all my work expenses.
Oh,
So
that's why.
All
That's why
randomly,
I
it's
keep
like
getting emails.
It's like you're poor and you don't have money. It's like, gosh, dang it! Now I have to switch the card.
They don't give you a work card?
Nope.
I mean, the nice thing about that though is you get all the points.
Oh,
You get so many credit card points.
all the points.
So nice.
Yeah. Anyway,
Opinion Avers, wherever, whenever, we're meant to be together. I'll be here, you'll be near, la da da, Shakira. You can tweet me at Opinion Avers. You can Instagram me at Opinion Avers. You can go
you
on
already said
Facebook
all
at
this. You
Opinion
already did
Avers.
that spiel.
What?
The next thing you say is until next time,
Whatever. We're meant to. Until next time, watch movies.
and have opinions. You take too much stuff to the movie theater, Cody. I'm calling you out.
What
Calling you
stuff?
out in the stinger. I look over at you and it's like you're like the people in the SNL skit that have the lasagna. All right, you're one step below that. All right, you need.
I have taken a slice of pizza and tinfoil to a movie before. No, okay. We literally had one thing. I had some dark chocolate pretzels, and I bought popcorn, and I bought a drink at the theater. So don't even get at me. Yeah, I'll smuggle in a can of soda too. So what's your problem? I took a big slice of pizza in tinfoil. It was very loud. I have no regrets. It was my dinner. I got home late. Okay. I got home late. I was late for my movie. I needed to eat. So I got pizza. I was in tinfoil. It was very loud. I don't regret a single moment. I live my life a quarter mile at a time. That's what you don't understand. And I would